Hello everyone, welcome to this new video. In today's episode, we're gonna discuss about how you can prepare efficiently and attend to a trade show in Asia. I'm not speaking here about trade show in China, alright? That have been rolling years after years with a huge organization and trained exhibitors. I talk about some new markets such as Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Thailand that can be applied for those countries where sometimes it's more difficult to find how you can really maximize and get the most out of your visits in such markets. So today I'm attending to VIFA Expo in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is one of the largest furniture exhibition that has been rolling for more than 16 years. And there will be more than 3,000 exhibitors here today. So we're gonna go to get some new insight about the latest trend, and I'm gonna use this video to also explain you how you can prepare efficiently such a visit. Before we get into the topic of this video, we are Move to Asia, your go-to sourcing partner in Asia. We can assist foreign buyers from finding the right supplier, doing due diligence on their behalf, organizing factory tour, taking account of the entire scope of the production control, and we also have a warehouse for mixed container consolidation. In a wrap, we can act as a local team of our client to ensure the entire scope of their procurement needs. So in today's video, we're gonna go through a roadmap from before the show, what you should prepare prior to coming to the exhibition, how it's gonna be also for the travel or the logistics arrangement as well. How can you do efficiently meetings at the trade show and leverage as much as possible what you can find here in those emerging markets. So you can get as many opportunities as possible, find new suppliers and grow your business. Let's start by what you should prepare prior to your tour. So before you even consider flying here, obviously there will be research and preparation. You need to see what are the different trade shows happening in the market that you are considering. Today we are in Vietnam, and Vietnam is well known for different product categories such as furniture, home decor, textile, home and garden accessories, and more. So obviously you will need to select the trade shows that are relevant to your current industry and prepare information beforehand. First, you can review the entire list of exhibitors that will be attending to the trade show by identifying potential suppliers based on your company's needs, for instance, product category, certifications, or production capacity. Then you need to also set clear goals and objectives from this fair. For instance, finding new suppliers for specific furniture categories. If you are already manufacturing in China and you are looking to diversify your supply chain, it can be also assessing manufacturing capabilities for large-scale orders or explore new sustainability practices that are in markets outside of China. Then you also need to understand the market dynamics by understanding what are the country's strengths and weaknesses. For instance, in Vietnam, there is this growing trend to export furniture, such as bedroom furniture, and certifications such as FSC, ISO, to prepare relevant questions. So now let's say you get an understanding about who are the potential manufacturers that you would like to get in touch with. Then before your trip, you need to prepare business card, company profile, as well as documentation about what you are looking for. You can also be bringing samples with you, so manufacturers here can touch it, can feel it, and it can also be bringing here invoices. For instance, if you are already manufacturing in China and you are looking to make it in Vietnam, for example, getting invoice and previous contract term that you had placed order with other suppliers can also be very relevant. So it can really help you to get more information about the pricing, the MOQ, and then the interest of the supplier. Then depending on the scale of your company and your compliance requirements, you can also be bringing some draft sample contracts or agreements, so you can also share to the factory when you are in front of them. You can also bring a checklist, including a lot of different questions if you want to plan to vet suppliers here. So you can be checking different certificates, machinery, previous experience in manufacturing specific products. So you show that when you plan meetings here, you can get as many information as possible to vet and then to do a first screening on the potential manufacturers. So now let's say you already targeted a country, the potential manufacturer that you would like to engage with, as well as you are equipped in getting all the appropriate materials and information that you'll be disclosing to the potential suppliers. Now let's go to the logistics arrangements. You need to book your flight ticket few months in advance and then book your hotel accordingly. Regarding to the accommodation in Ho Chi Minh City as an example, because we are here today in Vietnam, I would really encourage you to stay in District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, so you get the most variety in terms of accommodation. You can also enjoy restaurants and then go eating out after the trade show, and then you can commute directly to District 7, that is the place where there is the exhibition center. It's going to take you from 30 to 45 minutes by car, so it's quite easy to commute in and out. If you plan to come to Vietnam, you can also install an app that is called Grab, so that's the equivalent of Uber in Asia. It's quite easy to install, and you can book on-demand drivers that can help you to commute within the city. Now, related to coming to the trade show, you have to know that in some emerging markets such as Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, India as well, it's not always the case that suppliers here and exhibitors have proficiently English-speaking staff, meaning that you may sometimes face language barrier by engaging and communicating with them. It can be interesting to book a person who can assist you and accompany you within the trip, so you can have someone, a local, who can do all the translation accordingly. You can also contact at this point a sourcing agency just like us. We can also give you some tips and tricks before you come, and we can also arrange a meeting to discuss about your needs in Vietnam. We often also plug to those trade show factory tour, meaning that it's good because you can get some list of potential suppliers, vet them, and get a bit to know about the current market. But sometimes it's also good to plug on-site visits. You can really see what about the production line and do a more deep due diligence and assessment about the capabilities of some potential suppliers. Now, what do you need the D-Day when you're going to come at the trade show? First, you need to bring documents and tools such as business card, company brochures, or profile. A notebook or tablet is also good for taking notes. Now you can also get a lead form to collect supplier information such as name, contact details, and production capacity. Second thing, you can bring product samples and specification. By bringing physical samples to Vietnam, it's quite easy, so you can leave them to some key potential manufacturers that you find, so you can discuss about the nuances into manufacturing them in the market that you are targeting, as well as potential solutions that they can suggest. Now, about the question checklist, you can prepare a tailored questionnaire to collect information from the manufacturer. Then, about the certification knowledge, you also need to familiarize yourself with certifications such as FSC, BSCI, or ISO standard to discuss compliance with shortlisted suppliers. Then, regarding to your outlook, you need to wear business casual attire suitable for walking long distance in exhibition hall. Now we are at the D-Day and you are attending to the trade show. So let's say you're gonna go to big scale manufacturer. What are the type of questions that you should ask them? First, it will be about the certificates that they are having or planning to acquire in the next upcoming months. This is very important if you are used to place big order from China and then you are looking to diversify your supply chain. The second thing is regarding the capacity, and then you need to ask about the current capacity that they are having and then the expectation if they are planning to grow the factory or invest into a new manufacturing plant. Then come the questions about automation and technology. You can ask questions such as which technology are you using in the production, what are the SOPs in place, and how do you improve efficiency. And now finally come the critical aspect is about pricing and payment terms. If you are used to do business in China, it can be 30% down payment and then 70% when your goods are ready. In Vietnam, it's often 50-50, meaning that you need to also ask those questions beforehand so you are used to the codes and then what are the common rules here. Now regarding to the MOQ, this is also important, and then you can ask regarding the test order. How many pieces can you do as a test order? It can be for ODM or OEM. It's important to know also who you have in front of and what are their expectations. Just know that usually in those trade shows, you tend to have big scale factories that they can request you to place at least 2 to 3 containers minimum. Some factories may request you to get a 40-feet container, one SKU, and then others will be more flexible that are more suitable for small scale orders that can help you to get a mixed container items, for instance, 5 to 6 SKU in a 40-feet container. Now we come to the small scale manufacturer. So if you are a new entrant, you are already doing business in China, or you are new to Vietnam as well or to other markets, how should you approach and give a good impression to potential suppliers? You need to prepare everything that I shared earlier. Also, make sure that about your dress code, you are fitting with the standard, and then you can also prepare questions beforehand to show that you are a serious buyer and that you are really here to do long-term business. For small-scale manufacturers, the parameters are often about customization and flexibility. Regarding the customization, you need to ask if they are either ODM or OEM manufacturer, so if they are able to do your design custom made, and if they have the in-house team to be able to support product development. It will also lead the question to the lead time and then how long it's going to take to make a first prototype. Then regarding the flexibility, you need to know as well if they are open for small scale order, as well as how they can scale if your production is increasing. Then related to quality control, you can also ask what are the in-house QC processes and if you can hire a third-party QC to come to the factory at different stage of the production. And regarding the niche capabilities, you need to provide them as many information as possible, such as tech pack, including all the raw materials used to make sure that they can source it accordingly. Now, regarding the discussion with the suppliers, how does it work? First, try to get into a booth when they are not too busy. If you want to make sure the person will be spending time with you and explaining everything from the story of the company to their ability to do custom designs to also all the SOPs and then quality control that they are having, you need to make sure that they have the appropriate time for you. The second thing that you can touch often the product physically. So try to go around their booth, show interest into some specific product, and they should be able to explain you what can be the MOQ, what are the different raw materials used, what are the machine behind, is it automation, is it manual work, as well as some indication about a range price to buy such products. Finally, you can also observe the body language as well as the willingness to some factories to provide more information and to be willing to open you their door. It's not often that factories will let you come to their factory during those fairs because often they are very busy attending at those trade shows. So if some of them are showing interest into letting you come to their factory, it's always a good sign that you see someone is transparent and open to let you see exactly what's behind the scene. Now, regarding the choice of the fair that will be attending, you can also see if you have any interest into B2B matching of seminar, if the trade show are organizing such events. It's always interesting to meet with key industry leaders in the special sectors to learn about the new development, the trend, and also engage with local people that have a certain expertise and network. Regarding the B2B matchmaking programs, fair organizers often have those incentives right now to help you match and meet potential suppliers depending on your specific needs and requirements. You often just need to tick a box when you are registering to the trade show and you get automatic invitation to come to those B2B programs. So now if you are new to manufacturing and this is the first time you are planning to come to such trade show, what are some of the questions that you can be preparing in advance to ask during the D-Day? So first topic about the general questions. It can be, what are your most popular export markets? Do you offer private labeling services? Can I visit your factory after the fair? Now for large factories, it can be, what is your annual export volume? Do you handle logistic or bulk international shipments? What are your sustainability practices that you have been implemented? For small manufacturers, it can be, can I see example of the past custom projects that you've done? How do you source raw materials? Are they sustainable? What are the in-house QC processes that you are using? And what are the additional costs for small batch productions? So now let's picture yourself. You had the first day at the exhibition and then you come with a lot of catalogs and information from different suppliers. You should sit down 30 minutes on the table and already filter what are the promising one and what are the one that you want to exclude immediately. And because you have all the information fresh in mind, it's time to do it. Then after selecting them, you can prepare some follow-up emails with all of the key potential suppliers that would like to get more information. It can be just preparing a thank you email or sending them an email with what you've been discussing today to wrap up the conversation. It can also be sharing them your company profile or more information related to the product plan that you are having. Now, if you already discussed with some of them about factory tour, you can also see if it's possible to arrange factory visit in the next days after the end of the trade show. Often during the trade show is not a question to ask because they will be obviously very busy to handle new prospects and clients coming to their booth. But after that, they may be able to select some of the key potential buyers and invite you to their factory. It's something that you can also ask. So if they are open for such too, you can get hands-on experience and see exactly how is the production line. You can have an on-site experience at their factory and then really see if what they told you at the trade show is reflecting the reality. Now, as a follow-up, expect that some key suppliers, the ones that are often the most professional, will be doing this follow-up. So if you are very busy during the trade show, you can expect having an email after 1 week or 2 weeks from some of the most potential manufacturers that you've been engaging with. This is often something that manufacturers do. They have these follow-up email sequences so they keep the discussion warm. I hope this video gave you a roadmap and action plan to implement prior your visit to attend such trade show. If you need any help, any assistance into finding suitable supplier in Asia or taking care of your entire production process on your behalf, you can also contact us. Drop us an email, send us your product specification, the MOQ that you are planning to buy, as well as the key market that you're right now targeting. We'll be very happy to give you some ins and outs about the current manufacturing landscape and how you can implement the sourcing strategy in Asia. You find below more details about our products and services. Enjoy the video, leave a thumbs up, and I see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Down and I'ma get it right. Then I'll sight like